Good morning, dear devotees and friends. Today we will have a special discussion on Shankaracharya. He is a great soul who saved our Hinduism and our culture. So we will have a little discussion and remembering his wonderful contribution. So, Totaka Ashtakam, from there, the first verse about the Shankara, we will chant. You can please repeat after me. Karuna bara Varuna. Let me do it because it will be difficult. Karuna Baru Nalaya Palaya Mam Bhavushagara Dukha Vidura Hridam Rachita Khila Darshana Tattvavidam Bhava Shankara Deshika Me Sharanam Bhava Shankara Deshika Me Sharanam. With this Shankara and his disciple Totaka Acharya, he is mentioning, is the ocean of compassion. Any spiritual head, any spiritual person, the sign of spirituality means love. This means compassion. Where there is hatred, where there is anger, that means something is lacking. The person who is angry, that means he is not satisfied in something, so he is angry. So that is the main reason. Any spiritual personality must be contented. If he claims that he is a spiritual person, he must be contented, and he must have the compassion and love for each and everyone. So, Karuna Barunalaya Palaya Mam. So, you, the supreme reality, the Shankara, the full of compassion, please support me, Palaya Mam. Why? Bhavasagara Dukkha Vidura Hridam. The Bhavasagara, the ocean of the world, this is called Bhava Sagara. Bhava means this universe, Bhava means this world. The Sagara is the vast, so it is ocean. Bhava Sagara, Dukkha is full of miseries. Vidura Hridam, so please remove it from my heart. Rachaya Akhila Darshana Tattavidam. How he will do it? He gave the wonderful scripture, Akhila Darshana Tattva. Akhila means immeasurable, innumerable. Darshana is the philosophy, and Tattva, the truth of that philosophy. That you have given us that, Bhava Shankara Deshika Me Sharanam, and you have become my only refuge. I take refuge in you. This is the Shankara. This, in Shankaracharya, and when we were discussing about it, it says that on the Vaishakha Purnima, around May, now this is the May, in a village of Kaladi in Kerala, India, in a Namruddhi Brahmana, their caste systems were there, and this in the caste system, Namruddhis, particularly in Kerala, is the highest. Why? They were holding the Yajurveda, that clan, Rik, Sham, Yaju, and Atharva. And one of the families or the clan of the Brahmins, they used to muster into that. So the Yajurveda clan, this Namruddhi family, he was born. His father was Shiva Guru and mother Aryamma. This Aryamma, Amma means mother, so Arya was the name of the lady. And they were a childless couple. So they used to pray to the Lord Shiva. They were great devotee of Lord Shiva. And ultimately, when they were blessed with a son, they kept the name Shankara. Naturally, a name of the Lord Shiva is a Shankara. According to the Western scholars, he was born in 8th century. His time was 8th century, they say that way. But the Indian scholar, many of them, and particularly in the present day scholars, they are supporting, no, it is not. He must be in the 509 BC, before Christ. So that is now the Buddha, Lord Buddha, he was 2,500 years before Christ. Then came the Christ after 500 years. Then the 2,000 years, now this 2,000 years going on. So that way they calculate. But the Indian calculation is little different. So they, that way, and they are quoting from different scriptures, they're telling that they could not understand, the Western scholars could not understand the meaning of it. Sometimes it's really, really puzzling. The go, the word, Sanskrit word go means the cows. And the go means clouds also. The way they are applying the word, accordingly it goes. The go means clouds. And when they are writing that the clouds are now floating in the air or hanging in the sky, so go, they use the word. Westerners, they say, how can that be? How the cow can hang in the air? So the same word is different meaning. So that way the calculation, one Mr. Kulkarni, he did a great research work on Shankaracharya. I'll be reading mostly from his book. So he is mentioning, no, it is not. It must be 509. That was the Shankara's time, and that too before Christ. And he is giving different opinion because that there were two great emperors in India. The one was Vardhana dynasty, that is Harshavardhana, mostly we know Harshavardhana. Then another was Gupta dynasty. So Gupta dynasty, and now Gupta, there are many Guptas again. So they've confused the Chandragupta. The Chandragupta's time was less, but the Gupta dynasty was beyond that. They to almost the 600 or 500, something like that. So that was the confusion. So obviously they were not knowing how to date it. So that is the difference. It is difficult for the foreign scholars. Why? Because the Hindus, they accept 4 yuga. They are calculating on the basis of the 4 yugas. And the 4 yugas, they say, Satya, Treta, Dapar, Kali, these epochs, yugas, sorry, in total, it is 43 lakhs and 20,000. Total 43 lakhs 20,000 years, the 4 yugas. And when you calculate on the basis of that, it is completely different. And whereas the famous scholar, that is Max Muller, in one of his writing he is mentioning, we propose to fix the year 600 to 1200 BC as the limit of the Vedic age. We cannot give more than that. There are different type of their calculation, and they say that it must be like this. Before Jesus Christ, 600 to 1200 BC, it must be this period when the Vedic age was there. This is the confusion, but whatever it may be, the period of Shankara and his advent, no one has any doubt that his immense contribution to rejuvenate the Hinduism. Why it is? The Hinduism based on Veda. Now, if you denounce the Veda or not accept the Veda, you are not Hindu. that there came a group of people. They took this our Buddha, Lord Buddha, and also joined the Tankars, who were refuting, no, Veda is not the final. Our realization is the final. That is in one way okay. But the Vedas are also realizations, and different time, different rishis. So the traditionalists, they said, if you are not accepting these, and everyone coming and claiming that my idea, my conception, my realization must be the basis, then every time it will go on changing. A culture cannot grow up in that way. You have to have a basis. And moreover, when you are claiming, you have to give the arguments also. Why you are not accepting the previous one and propagating your own. So there's a lot of confusion. First came the Jains, and then came the Buddhas, and they were extremists in the way they told that this whole world is full of misery. So obviously, no one should be in the world. Everyone should leave the world and they should go for the realization of God. That is good. But all cannot do that. So you must have to have some places for the ordinary people. So let them grow. Now a grown-up person, the way he can accept something, a young or maybe a child, they cannot accept that way. So obviously, now here we are all attentive, quiet, listening. Now if you bring a child, 2, 3 children, then they will start playing and then screaming, shouting. They don't understand what is going on. For them it has no value. The big place is there, let us play. So, do you like to throw them out? Oh no, they should not be allowed. It is nothing like that. But these people, this Buddhism, Jainism, they were forcing even the ordinary people to follow the extreme path. They said that you have to go and sit under a tree, and when the fruit after ripen fall, then you can pick it up and eat for survival. So that is the extreme way. Now a king, after some ruling, then he will go and sit under a tree, and when the fruit will fall, then he will pluck, then again he will go to the war field to fight. Is this possible? Or a cultivator, or a teacher. For ordinary people, the society, they have their own difference. So what to do? In the Veda we find different ways. So the gradation, spirituality, of course. This world, of course, it is full of misery, no doubt about it. After fulfilling all our dreams, after fulfilling all our desires, we feel no, we are not satisfied. And that's why we turn towards religion, we try to follow the religion to find out where is the way out. But these two were there. In his lifespan, only 32 years. There is a story again. The Lord Shiva said, I can give you a son. Whom you want? A son, a boy who will live 100 years, but will be an idiot, of no use. 100 years lifespan. But another one will be only 25 years, or maybe less than that. So twice the extension came. So they said he may be only 12 years or 15 years, but excellent in everything. Then the parents, they were debating what to do. So then they decided, no, short-lived but excellent son. Then afterwards, again they started praying and meditating. Then the Lord Shiva said, what? Because it is almost 12 years. Now our son is 11 years, now only 1 year left. Please extend his life for. Then it's okay, another 10 years. Then ultimately, another 10 years, the second extension, 32. Shiva told, this is that's sufficient. So within 32 years, you can imagine, 32 years means nothing. The most of the students nowadays are completing their education in 32 years. Then the whole life they begin. And he completed the whole life within 32 years, and he wrote commentaries on the Upanishads. Out of 108 available Upanishads, he commentary on 11. And then Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra. These are the three books. You should know that these are called Prasthana Traya. Prasthana means going out of this life of this world. Traya means three. Prasthana Traya, the three exits of this. This is Brahma Sutra, Gita, and Upanishads. The first comes the Upanishad. These are the revelation of the rishis. Then the sum total of that is a wonderful way presented in the Bhagavad Gita. And of course, the analytically presented Brahma Sutras. The one small line will be there, then giving a wonderful explanation. And that is the basis of the Hinduism. No, that hypothesis, Atha Vichara Kartyabhya, they say, Atha now, Vichara, the discrimination or the debates, Kartyabhya we should do. Why? To understand it. What to understand? The reality. And what is the reality? We are not real, but still we feel that we are real. Why? So let us debate on it, discuss on it. And we have a body, we have a mind. In the mind is subtle, body is gross, but in the mind we can think so much that we can create a rocket to send it to moon and all that. So we the gods. Now that is okay, but where from the mind comes, how the mind functions, there's a lot of discussions are there on the mind, the consciousness. This is Hinduism. There will be all the, it is not external science. External science is also, they are working on the human mind, human brain. But in the Vedanta, they are having a great conversation about the consciousness. What is that? Consciousness. So what is the proof that we are having the consciousness? Then they will immediately say, look at you. You are now conscious and you are having three existences: body, mind, and consciousness. You cannot deny, I am existing, I am here. So that you cannot deny. So I is there, first. Second, this I, when he is moving, talking, hearing, is conscious. When you are conscious, that is a one type. Okay, now you go to sleep. When you are sleeping, your body is absent. Out of three, one is absent. Body, then the mind, and the consciousness. Now, when you are sleeping, body is absent because you forget the body completely. If you don't forget the body, you can't sleep. The second position, okay, then who leaves? Mind. How I know that mind is leaving? Because of the dream. I am dreaming, and there is a different world. Then comes the third position. A time comes in sleep when I don't see even the dream. Dreamless sleep. Then what happens? Body absent, mind absent, but still you are there. When the body is not there, mind is not there, then where you live, that is called Atman. And you have to search that. Every day you are experiencing it, but you are not understanding it clearly. Again you are coming back, associating yourself with the body and the mind, and having either joy or either little happiness or suffering. To go beyond these, what are the processes? So on the basis of it becomes the philosophy. So this is the way he was having, that Shankara was giving the commentary. Now, his total bhashyas are 23. He wrote commentaries on 23. Different Upanishads are there. So, then Prakarana Grantha, supporting that, different type of granthas he wrote, like the Upadesha Sahasri. I started the class in the Hindu temple, Lemont. But after a few days, I found the people are yawning, long yawn. Then I understood that I didn't complete the 100 and Sahasra, 1000. I told no, then it will be difficult. All will sleep. So now stop and let us go to Bhagavad Gita. I have started Gita. Gita people can understand. It's okay. The Upadesha Sahasri is the 1000 Upadesha advices. Again and again, 1000 times, they will say, you are not the body. You are not the mind. You are the soul. And that is Upadesha Sahasri. And also, Viveka Chudamani. Many of you must have read that book. And it gives the definitions. And the definition itself, in the beginning itself, they will say, bless yourself because you are a human being. Because the Shankara, he is inspiring the human being to follow the path of ultimate goal, ultimate happiness, ultimate reality, to know the own self. When you go and stand before a mirror, I see myself, then I know that I am having the family and the family lineage, this tradition, that tradition. I associate myself with that and say, this is me. But that is not. So that they say that with the blessings of the God only you get the human birth. And you must be very, very careful. Only 3 things that with the blessings of God one can have. Manushvatva, Mumukshutva, Mahapurusha Samastraya. And this is with the blessings of God, Shankara, Advaita. But he says, no, it is God that is blessing you. Otherwise it is impossible. How we waste our human life. Look around. Millions and millions of human life just was wasted. But to get this human birth, 84 million times we are taking birth. We don't remember it. And when the children, they are taking birth in a well-off family, very rich, well-off family, and they don't bother about that. They will be fighting with the parents, they don't listen to the parents. But they don't understand outside there are, and the same age boys and girls are there. They can't enter into that building because they are outsiders. As because he is the son or daughter of that particular family, it becomes easy for him, and he never gives any attention to that. It's just like that. They go out and they drive the car and they do this and do that, because my father, I have the... But they don't understand. Sometimes I say to the younger generation, the local people, I say, to come to America, from all over the world, different countries, the students, they are working so hard only to reach over here. And you, being born over here, do not understand that what a facility you are having. At the same way, after having the human birth, we waste it for nothing. Why? We are not going deep into our mind, not searching for our own self, not finding out the truth. We just live like anyone. So in Sanskrit, they say Gaddalika Pravaha. Gaddalika means when the goats or the sheep they go, if you take one sheep, all other sheep will follow. If someone is going in the front, all others follow. Like that. Take birth, have some idea, some knowledge, earn money, and start a family, and then one day you die. You go and see your great-great-great-grandfather did same, and then your father. I am also. If you are not doing that, people say you are mad. And if you say, no, I like to go and sit in a corner to meditate. Oh, now at this age, 22 years, 25 years, meditation, oh my God. Meditation should begin 85, when you can't walk. Then you should. But that time you cannot do anything because all have gone away. So Shankara says, Manushyatva, Mumukshutva, Mahapurusha Samasara, first thing. And that in the Prakarana Grantha, in the Vivek Chudamani. You must go to a knowledgeable person. That is also, without the blessings of God, you cannot go. On the way, you will find someone whom you think, oh, this is a great person. He will lead you to some other directions. You won't reach. And then the desire to realize God, that is very, very difficult. This Shankara, in the Prakarana Grantha, he's inspiring us. Then he wrote 76 stotras. He had to fight against many. First, the Buddhists and the Jains. Why? He had a great respect for Lord Buddha and Mahavir Jains. Great respect. But he was giving the argument against their philosophy. Why? Because they were denying Veda. And what are the Veda? Vedas are the realization of different rishis at different time, at different places. That sum total is the Veda. And they analyzed in 4 different ways, sometimes in the poetry form, sometimes story form, and sometimes other. So like that, 4 Vedas, Rika, Sama, Yaju and Atharva. Sama means the songs. Rika, one line. So sometimes some teacher, they will teach in that way. So I can remember that in our English teacher in our school, he used to make some one line, it's sort of a poetry, to remember the grammar, English grammar. So this is the way we learned. So some teachers they will be, and some teachers they will stand with a cane. Do you remember? Otherwise, beating. So that is their way. They teach in that way. So this is the way we learn. Veda also like that. Rika, one line they will give. You just remember this, that will be sufficient. First to remember, then the meaning. So Rig Veda, then the Sama Veda through the songs. So many things they learn through the songs. And then they analyze the song, understand the meaning of the song, that knowledge. The 4 Vedas. Now if you deny that, and you are denying the whole history. So many people, after so much of meditation, analysis, they came with the truth. You simply brush aside. And you start a new thing. Now tradition is must. Tradition is necessary. Based on the tradition, you develop. That will be all right. Lord Buddha was not a Buddhist. He was a Hindu. Naturally, he was born in a Hindu family. He accepted the initiation or the instructions from a Hindu guru. He practiced in a Hindu way, obviously. But when he was telling, he was criticizing the then practices of the Hindus. That much and nothing else. He said, why you are wasting your time only organizing pujas? If you go to that Hindu temple, big pujas they organize, because otherwise, how they will earn? How many people they come over here? And today is Sunday. You go and see this car parking area is completely empty. You go to the Hindu temple, this is very difficult to parking the car. Why? First thing, dosa. The Saturday, Sunday, dosa, idli. So, second is a different type of pujas. So obviously 2 different type of attractions are there. So people will go and they enjoy it. So obviously that is also there, that tradition. Shankara didn't deny that. But he said over that you have to develop. That is the beginning, it's good. But you have to develop. That's why he composed the stotras. He talked about the God also. Not only that, you will find in his life, he is embracing a so-called pariya. And he is telling, you are my guru. Whoever will tell the truth is my Guru. Manisha Panchakam, in the 5 different stotra that he gave, that anyone giving us the right direction, knowledge, whoever he may be, whatever his birth, that is Shankaracharya. Now, unfortunately, if you go to see the Shankaracharyas, I went to one of our Shankaracharya, and you have to take the prasad and there is no other options. So you sat, and then they were throwing the chapatis, the breads. I told, why you are throwing? No, we don't know what caste you are. Hey, what caste? Whatever, maybe you... But anyway, I told everything. He was throwing even all the karis and all, he was throwing. It was so difficult. So you have to protect yourself. That is not his business. He will throw. I told, don't throw dal at least. And they are Shankaracharya's followers. And so much, I am a Brahmin, I am a Brahmin, I am a Brahmin. And Shankaracharya actually, what he taught, the distortion always comes. People, they love to think in their own narrow way. But we should not blame Shankara for that. Shankara was embracing a pariah, and he said, you are my guru because you have given me the knowledge. Manisha Panchakam. So that happened when Shankara, with his the students, he was going, after bathing in the Ganga, he was going suddenly, the so-called pariah, and his duty was scavenger and like that. So in our caste system, oh, you are a lower. So one of the students, he said, hey, go away. Shankara was listening. Then he gave the reply, whom you were asking to go away? The body? Your body and my body, there is no difference. You are asking me to go away the Atman, your Atman and my Atman are the same. There is only one Atman. And like that, the conversation. Then the Shankara said, no, it is not ordinary person. He went and embraced and sat at his feet and said, you are my Guru. And then and there he composed a beautiful stotra with 5 slokas, Manisha Panchakam. So I think the books are there, Manisha Panchakam, the very nice way that he is mentioning. So this Manisha Panchakam, one who can write and one who can feel in that way, how can he say that the caste system? No. This Shankara, he is mentioning, so here we find he had to fight against the Buddhism and Jainism. Ism, not the Buddha or the Tirthankar. Ism. Ism is followed by some people. So obviously it may be different. And he says that there were Mimamsakas. The Mimamsaka, the groups who accepted the Veda but prescribing the Karma Kanda. They will never ever do anything except the Karma Kanda. And anything and everything, you have to organize a yajna. Then you have to organize a yajna and then offering and these. Without that, you cannot reach. So they believe in Karma Kanda. But they are the supporter of the Vedas. In Veda, this Karma Kanda is there. They say that is the only way you can reach to God. Problem is only. If you are following the Karma Kanda, no problem. But when you say it is the only way, that is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, all paths are leading to the same goal. But all the people who are following that path say this is the only way. That is the problem. To reach to God through Christianity, through Buddhism, through Jainism, Hinduism, whatever. Going to God, that is the main idea. But when you say this is the only way, that becomes the problem for others. So Mimamsakas, they are good people, but they say Karma Kanda is the only way. Those who are not accepting the Karma Kanda means yajnas. And in the Veda, both are there. Knowledge is there, action is also there. Action means the karmas. And there are Charvakas, they were very strong people. In the meantime, at the time of Shankara, this Buddhism declined because Buddhism was supported by the kings. As long as the king is in position and power, the naturally philosophy everybody accepted. But when that slowly they go away out of power, that naturally others won't accept that. So that happened to Buddhism. They spread it like wildfire because the Buddha himself was from a Kshatriya family. So the then Kshatriya kings, they had a very good relation with his father. So they know each other. Hey, this is his son, it's no problem, supporting him. So that way, Buddha got a lot of supports. And that he spread it so fast. Any spiritual organization suddenly growing up and spreading all over, know it for sure, some political blessings are there. Otherwise, the king's blessings are there. Otherwise, they won't be able to spread in that way. Swami Vivekananda, personality like Swami Vivekananda, he came in 1892-93 over here. And from then onwards, this Vedanta movement is going on. How many monks are we having? How many centers we are having? How much money? Very less. We could not do. But look at the others. They came and then immediately they spread it all over. So much of money. So who is giving this money? And why they're giving this money? So that is the thing, it happens. So degradation of the Buddhism came. There's a lot of confusion. In India, Buddhism is spread it all over and suddenly it was almost vanished. Nothing was there. And people were confused what to do and what not to do. Mimamsakas became powerful. They told you have to come and sit and meditate. You have to do the yajna, and for the yajna you have to fast. And it is not possible for all people to perform in that way constantly. And what to do? They started hiring people. I cannot do, you do on my behalf. So the Purohit came. Purohit, these people just got a job, a new type of job. So I will do all the offering on your behalf, and in exchange you give me some money. So that in between God and the worshipper, another group they formed that is called Purohita. Now we know all this priestcraft. They came in between. So confusion. If I am praying, I should get the blessings of God. How can I pray on behalf of somebody in exchange of some money instead of God? Suppose I am praying to God and God is coming to give me the blessings, I should take it. Instead of taking little money from the one who is organizing it. Isn't it? That naturally. But they said, and hypocrisy crept in. And this hypocrisy, obviously, what they were doing, then I met one young priest. And he was completing 5 pujas or 6 pujas at a time. Saraswati puja in Bengal, almost every household will have the Saraswati. And you don't get the priest in that way. So one priest was running. Then we chased and caught hold of him. Hey, we are fasting and it is almost 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So please come and perform the puja. He said, half puja. And half puja means, not me, actually the elders. So what do you mean by half puja? Not all the mantras, half mantras, because I have to reach over there. Now, if he is telling the half mantras, the half blessings of God will come, then what will happen? So we were in confusion. So these are priestcraft that crept up. The confusion that why the Shankara is so important, because it is not only the Buddhists, not only the Jains, who were not believing in the Veda. It is not the others. There were no Christianity, Islam or anything. These people. Then the Mimamsakas, they were also constantly thinking about the performing the yajnas. Only rich people can organize yajna. How the old poor people can do that? Then came the Charvakas. That was it. And whenever the turmoil goes on, a type of people, they come and don't bother about all the religion. Think about yourself. You must eat and you must enjoy. After death, what happens? You also don't know, nobody knows. So don't care about it. Take loan and live the life and then die. You need not to pay back the loan. So the person who has given you the loan, let him suffer. That is his fate. So Charvakas became very popular. Charu means very sweet. Baka means words. So some people are there who can really talk very lucidly, and people are attracted to them. And that way Charvakas came, because people, they wanted something as a spiritual life. The Charvakas told, don't bother about God, you enjoy, and most of the modern life is nothing but the Charvaka style. So, and whole of America on credit card only. Charvaka will be so happy. See, my family, my philosophy they are following. So this Charvakas came, and also Shaktas and Kapalikas. And Shaktas and Kapalikas, they made the offerings, and that was very difficult for the people to understand and follow. So this was the scenario when the Shankaracharya came. In such stage, he came, this man of unparalleled capacity and unique distinction to recognize social life, raise it firmly on the Vedic foundation. This is the Shankara's contribution over here. When there was a confusion in the society, then he came. And he traveled the length and breadth of India. And he organized the debates. In those days, that was the way by which you can reach to the people. Nowadays, it has become so easy. Just sit in a corner of your room and give the talk, and it will reach to at least 1,000 people. And maybe they are just opening it, after 1 minute they will stop, but your count is there. So you get 1,000 people opened it, but they didn't listen, no problem, 1,000. So that is the way we can reach out nowadays. It becomes easy. But in those days, how to? It's not for the ordinary people, only the educated people. So he used to organize that. And in that type, he used to go to different type of scholars. Mandana Misra, then afterwards he became his disciple. And this is the way he used to spread, and for that he has to travel. In those days in India, traveling almost like walking all the day. Only very, very rich people could afford a horse or an elephant. The poor people, they used to own bulls. Bullock carts were also costly. And what left? Walk. So mostly they used to walk. No train, no other services. Imagine in those days, Shankaracharya, from the southern tip of India, from Kerala, he went to the northern tip of India in Himalaya, in Badri Narayana. Then in the middle also he visited. He went to Assam, the eastern end of India. Can you imagine? And within these 32 years, he is completing all these things. Why he went to Assam? To debate with these Kapalikas. In the Assam, there is a temple still now, and the Kapalikas are there. And with these Kapalikas, they believe on completely different way. This human skull, that is the main. And that's why it is hanging on Ma Kali. This is the power, source of power, the human skull. And they are not doing anything else, but they dressed in the way people are afraid. And they will be living anywhere. Mostly because in the society it is so difficult to practice. So in the cremation ground they will be there living, and they are not afraid of ghosts or anything. And they used to use the skull, human skull, after of course washing and cleaning, for drinking water or like that. So people gave them the name Kapalika. So apparently they were very powerful people because they had different type of miraculous power. Shankara went all the way to the Assam to have a conversation with them, but they were not ready to do that. Rather, they were secretly planning to sacrifice Shankara. Somehow, one of the disciples, he saved Shankara. Shankara was ready. Shankara told, no problem. Because this body is not me. So if you like to sacrifice this, no problem. But his disciples somehow saved him. Shankara was traveling. So we can understand, do not believe in the hearsays. You are the children of immortal bliss, bliss eternal, Shankara said, as preached by the Veda. Now bringing back the self-confidence and the confidence on Veda. If a human society is not having their scripture, it won't be considered as a human society. I was in Andaman. There is a group of people are there we call aborigines. They are not tribals, they are aborigines. The Jaduva and many others, 6 tribes are there. They don't have any scripture. They don't have any culture. And there is no root at all. If you have a culture, if you have a root, then only you get the respect. In the human society, you get the respect. Long back, I was in Advaita Ashram, a brahmachari, a novice, and I used to sell books in the foreign countries or whatever order, I used to send it out. Then 2 ladies came, the young married the ladies. They came and told, the Bengalis, they told Swamiji, can you please teach us Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad in one day? Actually, first thing, I don't know much of it. I'm just learning. But I don't think in one day you will learn Gita. And what is the reason? No, actually, we live in Germany and we have a society. As because we are from India, they are asking us to give a talk on Bhagavad Gita. And look at it. And we never heard about Bhagavad Gita when we were here in Calcutta, in India. They grew up. They were born, they grew up, and they are educated over there, but never read all these things. They were thinking it's not necessary. When they went to the foreign country, then they were looking at them on the basis of their culture. Those people wanted that they should give a talk on Bhagavad Gita. Must be born in India, you must be knowing. And they could not say no even. So they came back and they were thinking to learn Bhagavad Gita. I told it is not. But anyway, you can read 1 or 2 books that particularly Swami Vivekananda, in a few words, he has given a beautiful introduction of Bhagavad Gita. Read that and say on that. But you must read the Gita. At least some basic idea of the Bhagavad Gita. If not the complete book, the introduction. That will also help you if you read the introduction of the Gita. If you are uprooted from your culture, you are nowhere in the human society. Otherwise, it is okay. You just go, earn thing, and then eat, and then live over there. The doors are closed. One day, suddenly, some people with a white flower, they will be standing. What happened? He passed away. So that is okay. There is no problem. But if you have to mix with the society, then you have to have your own culture. And everybody will like that. So Shankara is giving us that idea. Do not believe in the hearsays. You are the children of immortal bliss. That is the truth, as preached by the Veda. It is the ultimate reality. It is beyond all attributes, all gunas. And then he says, this you must worship God, and this is God. What is God? Without the word God, people won't be able to understand. If you say Atman, all-pervading, is a little confusing. But if you say God, and go to God, and what is God? It's all morality. Even in any teaching, you pick up, you see, all morality. Lord Buddha, what he said, the 8 wonderful paths, we will be discussing the next Sunday about the Lord Buddha. That, again, the morality. And the 10 commandments, the famous 10 commandments. What is there? Morality. Only asking for the moralities. Everywhere they will ask the morality. Why? You are a human being. That is the reason. The human being should be like this. But the Veda take you in a different, morality is the basis and the first step of religion. Without the moral basis, you cannot practice spirituality or religion. When you are formed on the morality, then begins the spiritual life. Mostly nowadays the modern people, they say, I am not religious, but I am spiritual. And what is spirituality? Without the basis, you cannot reach over there. Spirituality is L-O-V-E. Is love for all beings. The Shankara here he is mentioning, look at it, I'll just read it. He says, give it a form and the content, call it Shiva or the Vishnu, the Savior or the Brahma, the Creator. Worship Him with devotion. And what is the real living creature? What is the real nature of worship? What is the real nature of worship? Now, in big letters, he writes, love. Nature of worship. Why I am worshipping God? I am worshipping God and giving this many items so that my problems are over. No, that is not worship. There's a business. There's a funny story in a kindergarten, the small children. Then one teacher, she was propagating the Christianity. She told, I will give you $10 if you can say, who is the best and the highest God? Immediately one little boy raised his hand. Oh, you think you can say? Yes. Who is the best God? Jesus, of course. Oh, that's good. Then she gave the $10 bill. And when he was folding and keep it in the pocket, he said, of course, I believe that Jehovah is the best, but business is business. He was a Jewish boy, so obviously he believed in Jehovah, and he said, Jehovah is the best, but business is business. If I don't say Christ, I won't get the money. So I said Christ. So business is business. Most of the time, we are having this type of religion. He said, what is worship? Love. Love fellow beings. Extend love unto all. And he said that, Bhutadayam Bistaram. Bhutadayam Bistaram. Your love should go and embrace all the beings. We are having the love, but the love only for our kith and kin, only for our family. That should go and embrace each and everyone. Anywhere, anyone successful, I feel proud. Oh, look at that young boy, he has become successful. So that is the way one should feel. Bhutadayam Bistaram. Spread your compassion to encompass within the fold of all living beings. And he said, Loka samasta sukhina bhavantu. This is the excellent prayer. Loka samasta sukhina bhavantu. Why the Shankara said like that? Because the Vedanta teaches Atman is present in every being. Different forms, different names. Name and form. Nama, Rupa. That is this world. Nama and Rupa. We look different. Our names are different. Our functions are also different. But within us there is that Atman, the consciousness. I always give the example of the electricity. And we see the different type of bulbs. Some are white, some are long, and some are round. Some are the fans, some are these, some are that. Names are different. Their functions are also different. The fans are moving, lights are burning and all that. But inside there is electricity. So if you change the bulb and put that connection with a fan, it will work in that way. Same way, same consciousness manifesting as animals, as birds, as reptiles, and best manifestation in the human being. And that is why the God said, God made man out of his own image. Why the best quality has been given to the human being. And what is the best quality? To understand and to love. To understand and love. These are the two qualities that the God is having. Loka samasta sukhina bhavantu. And in the Brahma Sutra, he specifically points out that the Buddhas in their philosophy have made the common man rootless. That is the out of the compassion of him, Shankara rehabilitates them again. And he says, he knows that the human being are not all alike. And bibhinna rupi lokaha, but they are bound together by one common bond, the bond of love, love for each other. For all the creatures have their common percentage in the Satchidananda Brahman. Friends, that is, the Vedantas, so many different points are there, but ultimately it is love. Swami Vivekananda, in one of his poems, he expressed this same idea. I will quote from the original Bengali when he wrote, Shono boli moromer kotha. Listen to me, my words from the heart. Shono boli moromer kotha. Jenechi jivane shatya sar. The what I have learned in this life, the truth that I have learned in this life, Jenechi jivane shatya sar. Tarango akul bhava ghor. This world is full of ups and downs. Today I am happy, and then tomorrow I am unhappy. It goes on, akul. It constantly goes on like that. Ek tori kare parapar. Only there is a one boat that takes one from one side to another, from the suffering to the ultimate joy. What is that? Prem, prem, ek matradhan. That is love, love. Love is the only way to reach God and to cross this suffering. Here Shankara is also having the same idea. He said, this universe of name and forms looks so diverse, yet in source this is one, the pure existence. Thank you, friends. Thank you for coming over here. And we should not forget the Shankaracharya, because he gave us everything. The wonderful concept. And this knowledge combined with actions. Sometimes some people, they say, Shankara criticized the karma. And Swami Vivekananda introduced karma. Shankara's karma at that time was not the social work that Vivekananda introduced. In those days, it was not necessary. People were all happy. So they never wanted anything from you. Obviously, what was the karma? Karma means the yajnas. They will be performing all the yajnas. So he said, no, by that way you cannot reach God. You have to have the knowledge. Going on pouring different oblations and uttering some of the mantras, do you think that will help you? No. But when Swami Vivekananda said, through unselfish work, you can reach the same goal where Buddha reached by his knowledge and Christ by his prayer. The path of knowledge, path of devotion, that you can reach through unselfish work. That work, because the society changed, government was not taking care, the people were suffering. So he told the people, those who are capable, go and help them, help them, help them. And that is the difference, because you are helping the living gods and goddesses. Thank you. Let us say Shanti 3 times. Is there any question? Okay.
YouTube user KI is asking, after receiving non-dualistic knowledge of God, please tell us, how should we reconcile it with the dualistic observation of rituals?
Non-dualistic and dualistic. Now, why non-dualistic? We can know negative. There is no two. I am all the same. Now, if you can understand that and can meditate on that, then no problem for you. You can go ahead with that. Go ahead with that, no problem. But do you see that? No. In that case, in that case, you have to take the help of something, and we take the help of God. That is why Shankara himself also mentioning, take the help of Shiva or Vishnu or Brahma, anyone, any gods and goddesses. Why? To concentrate your mind. Your thing is the mind. You have to concentrate the mind. Where? It is all scattered on the objects of the world. Now you have to withdraw that and then you place on something. If you can place it without any form, okay? And if you have a form, and that gives you more attention and more easiness to reach, you go for that. The Krishna, the beautiful looking Krishna. So when you are looking at that, it becomes easy for you to concentrate. It is not that particular image of God will help, but your concentrated mind will help you. Please try to remember, nothing coming from outside to help us. I am helping myself. It is from within. And who is that? My mind. But why I have to take the help of different gods and goddesses? Because this moment I cannot concentrate it on anything. So I concentrate on something which I really revere because of the wonderful qualities, like Shankaracharya. There's so many things he did, wonderful character, completely unselfish, and so much of sacrifice. I remember him, and then those good qualities will come into me. That is the reason meditate on duality. So this is non-duality and duality. Choice is yours. If you are capable to go without help, of course you can. If you think help is necessary, take the help of God. Thank you. Okay then, let us say Shanti 3 times. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Today, because of the Shankaracharya Jayanti, that now the special food, South Indian dishes will be there. It's a little different taste, but you will like it.